Hey everybody, what is happening? Dela, I am back with some more Madden 15 Ultimate Team gameplay. Today we are going to take a look at the defensive side of the ball. This is the I run a 3-4 defense. This is the Ravens playbook I will be using, and just a few of the guys that I would recommend or that I do use out of here. The first, nose tackle, very important. You got to have a big guy like Wilfork or Poe. I recommend Poe. There's not a lot better out there really, especially for the price, the value. The guy is a stud. He's going to get to plays that Wilfork can't. Even with the lower awareness, trust me, it doesn't even show up in this. I got the Bruce Smith Ultimate Legend. He probably does play a little bit below what you would expect out of a legend, I would say, but he's pretty stout against the run. He holds it pretty well. But you could easily use like the Darnell Dockett, I would say, would be a nice cheaper version if you want to go down there. And the 93 watt, I mean, I use the most feared, didn't really notice a difference. Haven't tried the 99 honors one. I'm sure it's good, but again, for what I'm doing, you really can get by with the 93 just fine. Again, on the corners, I definitely got to have guys out there who have got block shedding, who can basically lay the boom if needed. Especially like Rod Woodson as my nickel. I got to have a guy like that out there because if I'm blitzing for that spot or I'm playing a lot of nickel 3-3-5, which I'll probably do in this video a lot, he's definitely going to be out there trying to help with the run and stuff like that. And of course, the guys got to be able to intercept and cover. That's a given. Linebackers are always huge. I got Patrick Willis. I got the best middle linebacker in the game by far, easily. But I got CJ Mosley running 2. So say if you don't have the coin, you could easily run this guy as a 1 and like Kuechly 97 as a 2. I probably do like Mosley a little bit better than I like the Kuechly myself. Definitely a good value out of there. So again, you're getting guys, a lot of these guys you're going to pick up in that 100K range at this point of the game. So it's really you can get a really good defense for not too much. Just put more into your corners and it's worth it. The James Harrison, he may not have the speed out there that some of the other guys do, but this guy's a killer. I've not used anybody better. I don't really have a reason to switch out of him ever. He's excellent. And then the Khalil Mack 96, again, another beast. A lot of these guys on my defense, I need speed and hit power. Definitely on the back end, from the linebackers to the the safeties. Definitely want to have that. I only got the 96, but again, especially with the golden ticket come out, his price is going to be really good. Unfortunately, they screwed up on the golden ticket. They didn't use the card that the guy requested. They used the most feared free one, but it's still a great card. But that's just EA screwing up, and so whatever. I don't know if they're going to fix that or not. I doubt it. Then we've got the the Atwater everybody knows about. He'll probably be there for the rest of the time. There are some better guys. He's not the best, but he's definitely going to get the job done for you. Mays, I use her the free safety quite a bit. I definitely could upgrade, but I had to sell my lot to get the Willis, and I don't regret that at all. So there are definitely a handful of guys you can get that are probably a little better. His hands of stone are real. He drops a lot of stuff in there, but I still like to use the guy. I have fun enough with him in there, and he lays the boom obviously really well. So let's get. All right, so we got the wild card game coming up. So before this gets started, I just want to throw out I don't really feel like I'm a great defensive guy guru at this point. The only reason I'm making this is because after I put out the offensive guides, my free ebooks that I put out, I've got a lot of requests to do a defensive one, through their YouTube or the Mutt forums, and I don't really have enough to put in that, but I figured I would just at least put one video out and just kind of go over the tips, and some of the stuff that I did within the game. And so a lot of the times right off the bat, I'm going to come out in like a 3-4, just a base one, like an odd, even, 3-4 Predator, any of those. I just kind of want to see the formations, the players the guy has, what his scheme is, just get a quick feel before I start jumping into whatever it is. So he hits me with a good counter off the bat there, not too bad at all. I'm going to jump right into my nickel 3-3-5. You can stop the run with this fairly well. It's not great by any means, but you can. Like in this one, I'll run I'll pinch my line in and crash him in. On this one, this is the blitz I run. I'll get over that in a second, what I'm doing with that one. But he throws that ball and P. Willie right off the bat jumps the route. So easy good start. In this game, it's kind of funny. Offensively, I was horrible. So, he can get at least a decent amount of looks on the defensive side. And there we go with Poe again, as I was saying before. Look at him reading the screen out there, jumping on that. You'll see a lot of 3-5 stuff, but again, off the cover 3, there's things I'll do, blitzing wise. Like I like to basically on this play, I'll come in, I will, like I say, I will base a line, I crash my D line, I pinch the D line, and then I globally blitz the right outside linebacker, then I blitz the corner. And as you can see by doing that, Rod Woodson on the last play just shot in and made that tackle, from the backfield side of it. So that's basically, there are holes there, but you can do pretty well. And again, this is what the guy running up. Halfback slip screen, okay, whatever. And he running my play. So then he starts basically going out, and he does a lot of quick hiking stuff on me. I've got this covered, and somehow I don't get the animation. I'm just besides myself when that stuff happens. I was right there. I'm holding on to Y. I must have, been only like 95% where I needed to be and not 100. I'm really frustrated this year with the, with the ball hawk, the interception stuff. But, it is what it is, man, And on that one, he made a great play on him. I run that blitz, but, Khalil Mack comes on the other side of the field and lights him up. I get the ball back. That play, Harrison he went too deep. I had the right, I think still the right call. It's just Harrison went a little deep, and he made a good run and cut inside. People are going to beat you at times still. It's going to happen. You're not going to stop everything. So that's why I like to have those hit power guys, like I say, and the speed, because when you do get beat, you don't need that. So watch my fullback not make a block there. I have a perfect hole wide open. My line sets up, and he goes out there, and then he just cuts to the middle of the field. It's just broken AI right there. You see that one again. Watch that. There's Penn should have easily made that block, and I should have had a first down easily. So now I got a fourth down. I got to go for that, and I realized what happened. I was kind of pissed at that. So right here, I put in. This is kind of funny. I put in the. Who's this here? The dig cut. This is not the 99 dig cut. This is the 86 strength edition that goes into the set. So he's basically going to have 99 strength. He's going to have 99 run block. So I picked him up as a number 2 tight end just for that. But he's also got 95 carry and 99 truck. So I'm like, you know what? I was just going to have him block, but I figured this close. Let's just run him in, see what happens with the 86 dig cut, and boom, boom. Oh, stumble, but we get the correction, and we're gone. 75 speed, 75 acceleration. Just torched you for a touch. But really, guys, though, I got that car for like $14K. I mean, excellent number 2. If you don't throw to your number 2, and that's why I started deciding, I don't throw to my 2 a lot, so why not throw it in? All right, that's all the offense I'm going to put in there. I just didn't want that play to go overlooked because I found it to be funny. I'm sure the opponent didn't, but I thought it was hilariousness. So we're going back to this, and let's see again. Game to game, it's just going to vary on what I do. If I run against scramblers like Vic guys, I'm going to run nickel 2-4-5 so I can have the outside guys basically wide enough, to get QB contains, and the 3 you can't if your tackles are inside too much. And there we go. See, those are the holes that I set up. So on the play before, I ran a strong safety blitz, and right there. And on this one, I'm going to have to take that strong safety, and I'm going to put him in a zone. And whenever I like to do that, again, I like to double base a line to get my guys where they should be. But whenever I run a blitz and then guys kind of follow it, that's what I do. I like to zone out afterwards. And right here, this is a common 3-4. This is a 3-4 even, the crossfire 3. I'm going to base a line. I'm going to take Poe and blitz him, and then globally blitz my right side linebacker. And that's what you're going to get a lot of times. I mean, it can be stopped, obviously, with certain blocking. It's not, nothing you can't. And then what I'll do right here, since he's calling again, he thinks I'm running that again, I'm basically going to zone all my linebackers and double base a line. That spreads them out after I put them in zone. All I had to do was not give up 15, and luckily I stopped him for 13 because, again, a little sloppy on the user. This was actually pretty crappy gameplay for me, honestly, but, I didn't want to put something where I'm dominating or whatnot, and my offensively, I threw a couple picks, just bad. So at least it was close, so I just figured, whatever. Might as well throw what's out there. I don't need to throw something where I'm just totally kicking someone's butt, right? What's the point of that? There you go. Just with open field tackles, you got to make that some, even if it's an A tackle or whatever it is. So again, I'm running the same sort of thing there. I was blitzing the play before, and again, I just basically zone my guys back out and double base a line. That'll spread them out on if he catches you in that. The guy started getting a lot of quick snaps on me in this game to try and get me out of basically getting my defenses set up. And some of the guys will do that when they catch you in a formation. That might be favorable to them with their matchups. And this guy does a lot of rerouting his receivers, as you can see, but I've got the man coverage on him. He would have been stuffed on one end, and the cover 2 man is a real big one I like to use out of the nickel 3-5. I'll basically take Mac, who's the guy who's going to be blitzing there. I'm going to take him, and I'll normally take him out of his blitz, and I'll put him in the zone. I'm not using this play, but that's how I like to run that. Then I'll do my shading. And here, just again, a lot of this stuff was running underneath. There's a point where I probably could have started using the underneath ones, and he's using the halfback slip screen, and that was my stuff. That's my Freddie B screenplay, not the exact one, but it's kind of funny to me how many people run that play now out of the halfback, slip screen, which is what I was brought to the game. I'm just curious if that had anything to do with the Freddie B stuff coming out earlier in the year. It's kind of funny to me. And then, on the cover 3 stuff, I didn't put my blue out there. I put a blitz on again. I started running that off and on because I want him to start, assuming there's pressure, even though I'm not always bringing it. Because, again, sometimes I'll zone my linebackers, even though the play calls for a blitz. I'll do that. But if you do, double base the line so you can get everybody spread evenly. Again, here we're going to run some man sort of stuff, and that's what's really going to stop your running backs out of the backfield, your screen plays especially. I do prefer to start shading outside. I always man a line, and then I will shade outside. That's how I start. Unless I see him rerouting, then I got to go back, and I've got to cover the guy he rerouted, and he goes up to where Woodson was at, and he's all over him. When you have guys stopping and going around, that man coverage is going to eat that stuff up. And basically when I was going back, when I start running the outside shade, I basically sitting in the middle, just seeing who's coming across open over the middle, because a lot of people pretty much run inside stuff. So you would think that you'd want to run a lot of inside, coverage on your shading. But I will switch to that if I can't handle. If they're running too many routes, I'm getting burnt. But otherwise, here we go again. He's trying to basically get these, you see 5 wide receivers. I really like to run a lot of man in the 5 wide receivers because a lot of people run those screens, and that does help a lot at stopping those. So it's just something it takes a bit to get used to, but this is why, the downside of doing this is you've only got 3 guys rushing. I want always to have at least 3, but that's the only downside. And, sometimes I'll choose the wrong guy. I could have stayed in the middle there. I choose the deep guy, but that's because we're getting to the end of the half. So at this point, he can pass underneath all he wants. I don't care. But what I really like near the end of halves, when I expect people to bomb deep, I really like the man coverage because it's going to at least put 2 guys on you. And there I go running the blitz again. That was just my 3-4, nickel blitz basically, and I'm going to switch to man after that. But again, on that 3-4, it's a cover 3 out of the nickel 3-3-5, and again, all I'm doing is I'm base aligning and I'm pinching and crashing my D line in, and then I'm globally blitzing my right outside linebacker, and then my slot corner I manually blitz him. So that's going to give you 5 guys blitzing, and really it works pretty well. It gets you pretty good heat. But again, if somebody sees that and then they're going to audible out and try and do a quick snap, I'm going to go back to my man after that and then just see if I could figure it out. And I'm all over him right there, basically. Again, see, I find the guys cutting across the middle, and that's the guy I want to jump on. The first guy who has the big break, that's who I try to cover. I'm not always in great position. I'm not the greatest user. That's definitely last year was a lot easier for me. I still will get some my picks, but I definitely miss more than I should. Like right here, I read it, I see him reroute the guy, I'm just a little bit behind, and that's typically where I'm at. But the scheme of what I'm doing, the concept works pretty good though. I mean, that's just whether or not I can react in time. That's all it comes down to. So he's running a lot of these 3 receivers off on the right sets, 1 left, and here we go at the end again. And when people try and bomb, this is why I like that, because I'll have 2 to 3 guys on them when I'm running that man stuff. So typically that's what I like. And again, even on those or people face catching, I shade outside. You would think you want in, but I shade outside. And I'm going to run different things again depending on the success of the opponent. If I'm running like a guy who's going to scramble a lot with, say, Vic or whatever, I'll run nickel 2-4-5s and I'll keep it contained because I really want I need to have a wider set out there. Like in this nickel 3-3-5, the ends they're right on the tackles, and to really get it contained, you really need to have the depth on the outside. You guys really need to be outside to really have a successful contain, which you'll see in some of my other videos. I'll try and point it out here, since I've got this thing going. But that's the idea there. So, and this one, and really in the 3-3-5 also, there's definitely holes in that can be exploited. But until he starts laying in on the run enough, I ain't going to worry. And again, there's Talib, because again, I want to have corners that can block shed because of that. What I'm running, especially running this defense this way, inside, I can do it fairly well stopping, unless he wants to run straight up the gut. Normally, you can get some yards, like you'll see there's, decent there, nothing huge. But typically, when guys are only getting a few here and there, they're not going to stay with it. So unless I find somebody who's really just going to be committed to that run, and that right there could easily been picked, then I'm going to continue to run stuff like this, and I'll give you a few yards here and there, and hope maybe I can cause a fumble, even though you're getting yards and you might be moving the ball on me. Unless you are a run committed guy, then I'm going to stay running stuff like this nowadays. This is just how I feel about it. And there we go. This is it. I was running the blitz there, but instead I guessed. I dove in. My responsibility actually was that guy, so if I would have actually gone to my job, I might have been able to make a play. And here we go again. Big hole, and Woodson comes up. That's what I mean. You can run on this if I don't set it up properly. I don't think I set the blitz up right on that one, so I didn't have Harrison come in to bring the heat. And again, there's going to be a hole right there, and if I don't step up and fill, it's going to be that way. But you can also see the way those are is you have good shot at getting a decent hit on him. And now he's coming back to this, and at this point, maybe if I realized that probably now I need to get out of it because he's starting to picking up that he can run, but he's quick snapping me also. So for now, I'm gonna have to stay with the defense. I'm not really gonna be too worried about changing it. I don't really want to take a timeout, and I don't really want to take a 5-yard penalty to stop that. So I'll just see what he's gonna do. Continue. Then he goes up the middle there, and that was not going to be too bad. So, while he was doing that, I just tried to keep bouncing between the cover 2 and the cover 3 on that one, just because those are the two that I can make off of the quick reads, the quick snaps. And, over here, looks like I'm setting up again on the crossfire blitz. So let's see if we, because at this point I need to try and bring some heat to it. And I see the stick formation. When a lot of times when you see those 3 receivers side, he's gonna run a stick, and he gets me there. But his guy, he made the option route, and so he beat me on that. So I actually made the right jump because the anticipation on it. But unfortunately, didn't he didn't run the same route. And so right here I've got to run a blitz. I've got a blitz up here because I got stuff to run. You got to shut him down and make him want to go to the pass. He was trying to quick snap again off of that. So I figure again, okay, we've done good. We might get him to throw the ball after that, and I'm looking at the formation. So I've got again the same sort of thing. He runs a lot. The 3 receiver, tight end on the right. So I'm man covering, and I'm reading the stick route again, seeing if I can get this. But I'm gonna have to bait it so he turns the corner. And I get it that time, and that time I make the right play. Okay, so and that it should have happened earlier, but the thing with that stick is if I jumped it too soon, he would have ran straight and like he did a couple plays ago. So that time the delay made it perfect. He threw it where I wanted, and we get the read, we cut it up. But again, it's just a lot of that's recognition of what he's running in the formations. If you start seeing the guys running the same stuff, he's not going to run the 4 verts there. You know what I mean? So the sticks are real popular when you get close. So that's a demoralizing thing for somebody, obviously. So he's going to come back in. We're going to man up. We're going to shade outside again. We're going to take the middle of the field. We cover the crossing route over the middle, and on the outside we've got it covered with Woodson, and that's going to be pick 6, and that's going to wrap it up. So hopefully this helps a little bit. It's not a guide by any means, but it's a few tips at least. So hopefully that works for y'all guys, and I'll try and go over a little bit more in other games when I make adjustments. So we'll see y'all next time.